Hello everyone, this is Nanny Moo and Papa Dunk, and today we are walking to Lynchmere Burial Ground or Cemetery where Hugh Oswald Short is buried. We're going to take the walk up here a little way, and as we do so I'll tell you a little bit about Oswald Short as he was known. We're starting the walk from Hammer Lane in Hammer, and we're walking all the way up to Lynchmere Burial Ground, burial site, cemetery. Seems to be called lots of different things. It's February, early February. Not a sunny day, but it's a dry day. So I'm just going to pause here for a moment and tell you the little that I know about Oswald Short. He and his brother Eustace were really pioneers at the turn of the 20th century in hot air ballooning, manufacturing hot air balloons, and by chance had a connection with the Wright brothers, and with their other brother Horace started to manufacture aircrafts, and were the first British company to do so under license as approved by the Wright brothers. So those who know about the history of aircrafts and manufacturing and aeronautical history, I'm sure you will know a lot more about that side of things than the little I've been able to glean. But what was really interesting, for me at least, is when after one of our early walks, having moved to Hammer, where we discovered Lynchmere Cemetery, that we came across Oswald Short's cemetery stone, burial stone. He was buried here in 1969, and that led me to look at some of the history behind this person, and he really was an unsung hero. I don't think many people, if you ask them who was Oswald Short, would be able to say anything about him. I certainly wouldn't have been able to do so. I'm just going to pause here a moment, because this part of the walk, as beautiful as it is a really heavy uphill climb, and I'm sure you don't want to hear me huffing and puffing. So I will come back to it. We'll join you again at the top of this ascent. So we've made it to the top of the walk. I don't know if this shot shows how steep it is. You'll hear in the background traffic on the B2131. And amongst that traffic, I can hear birdsong. And maybe somewhat appropriately, an aeroplane. So this is the flatter part of the walk to Lynchmere Cemetery. This path is really a juxtaposition between the traffic travelling on a Saturday morning along the road that runs from Hammer, takes you into Liphawk, and the birds that I can hear, and so far we haven't passed anyone walking this route. Above behind the trees there is Bramshop Common. And really this quite short stretch, and there's the Portsmouth London train. You can hear in the background possibly. But what amazes me about this walk, which is relatively short from Hammer Lane up to the cemetery, is the contrast in flora, from trees, little copses, areas of fern, and I don't know whether you're going to be able to pick it up through the tangle of trees there, but just in front is a first glimpse of the cemetery. So let's carry on to the cemetery gate. So here we are at Lynchmere Burial Ground. Apologies if you hear a car noise in the background. As I said, this cemetery, while it's quite secluded, is off a main route road. But let's go in. Papa Dunk, can you let us in? And of course, the country code, always important. To close all gates. We'll take a look at some of the gravestones, headstones I should say, and the plots. What struck me when I first came across this with Papa Dunk in one of our walks, I think it was a Sunday, so it was a lot quieter on the roads, but it was really a very peaceful setting, and I was really quite amazed at how well kept many of the plots were. So let's go a little bit further. So we're just walking around the side of the cemetery. Lovely wooded surrounds. It's on a slope. But wow, look at some of these trees. I wonder if there's an app that can tell you how old or estimate how old a tree is. If you know of one, put it down in the comments below. I'd be really interested, because I quite often ask Papa Dunk, I wonder how old that tree is. I said I was pleasantly surprised that many of the headstones look to be really well maintained, which is really quite nice to see, particularly as there is no car park for this cemetery or burial ground, which I think is the preferred term. And you know, some people don't like burial grounds for whatever reason. I like the stories. I like to think about people and the care for what their lives might have been. And as I said, this is how we came across Oswald Short's burial place, just by looking at the inscriptions. And here we are. And you may think, wow, that's not much, it's just a headstone. I understand that it was in a bit of disrepair until the Short Brothers Commemoration Society got together and put this plaque here in 2017, I believe. So there he is, Hugh Oswald Short, aircraft pioneer, and really should be more well known, more widely than he is. So thank you, Oswald, for believing and seeing the future and not being afraid to dream. That's all for now from Nanny Moo Moo and Papa Dunk. See you on our next walk. Bye.